Hey everyone, in this tutorial we're going to answer a few questions, okay? So the first question is how to disable this text area of a a date picker control. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to answer that question and then we'll move on to the next. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this project. Alright, so this is our date picker right here, which I dragged and dropped from Toolbox. There's nothing here, just alignment stuff. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is to set the is enabled property to false. Okay, let's run this and see what happens. And when we do that, you really can't do anything with it. So basically, that's kind of doesn't serve the purpose here. That's not what we are looking for. We just want to disable the text area. Okay, so that's the tricky part. So I'm going to get rid of this is enabled property for now. We don't need it. So there is a way to do it. Okay, so the way to do it is to use a style. So we're going to open close a window resources tag and create a new style. All right, so the target type, that's the key. The target type is going to need to be date picker text box. Okay, once we get hold of that target type, the rest is easy. Now we can set the property is enabled to false, and this will only affect the text part of it, the text box part of it. It's not going to affect the whole control. Okay, so now if we run this again, we can't do anything with the text area, but we can still use the calendar control. Okay, and actually it kind of behaves like a text block when we select a date. We can see the date, but we can't change it. Okay, so that solves that problem. All right, so the next question is how to open the calendar control within the date picker when mouse is over the control. Okay, and if you guys seen my triggers tutorial, that should be comfortable uh, comfortably easy for you. If you haven't, I really recommend go see those tutorials. They'll help you a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new style, and this time we're going to target the control itself, and we're going to use style.triggers. It's going to be a property trigger, and the property we are looking for is mouse over, and the value when it's true, then we want something to happen. So the setter is another property, and the property we are looking for is drop down open right here, and we'll change the value to true, and that's it. That should do the job for us. Okay, so now there you go. As soon as mouse goes over the control, it opens up. Okay, and yep. Okay, so that solves that problem. The next question is, the reason I have this button So we want to make this progress bar uh, display a slideshow, just like we did with the regular progress bar. Okay, so this time we are going to be using the circle progress bar. That shouldn't be too hard. So let's go see one of our old. Okay, I think this was the old code we used for this regular progress bar. So I'm going to need this path here where the images are stored. I'm going to copy and paste that. And before using that, I need a click event handler. So I'm going to double click on the button. Now I can paste my file path. And then I need a for loop. Okay. I will say int I equals 0 as while I is smaller or equal to 100. And then in our loop we need let's see, first I'm gonna increase. Okay, so these two guys here, the circle progress bar, they have names. So arc1 and arc2, I believe, and arc2, right? So those are the names for our controls, which are actually right here. Okay. So arc1 dot end angle equals I times 3.6. Same thing with the arc2. Let's change this to arc2. And then we want to wait. So wait task.delay. Let's go with 200 milliseconds. And since we are using await, we need to make this method async. So after that, we're going to create an instance of bitmap image. Let's call this beep. And then we'll pass in new URI and pass in the file name. So we'll grab the file name from images collection and index of I. So this should get us the bitmap image. And the next thing we want to do, we want to set the image.source equals to bip. I think that's it. Let's try this out and see what happens. Alright, if I click this button, we should see a slideshow along the progress bar. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. So I think we were able to answer the questions for some of you guys, and it may help some other people that are looking for the same thing. So figured I'll just make a quick tutorial and put it out there so people can use it. All right. Take it easy for now. Until the next one. So long.